Ron, can you take us through the process here, or, how you came about on Dave, and and just you're thinking there were so many NHL people out there. You're thinking how you went from there to college.
Well, I had some familiarity with Dave. My son obviously played for him at North Dakota. So, in watching my son over the years, I grew an appreciation for Dave, the way he coached. You follow his career. I thought about him long before this as a head coach in the National Hockey League. I believe he was destined for it. He's got a lot of pro qualities. He's got a lot of experience as a head coach. So as I started going through the process here, the guy that I needed to get to know the most was Dave. So I started with Dave. We met parts of 4 days. We were on the phone a lot, and it just, everything checked out the way that we hoped it would check out. I had a list of things that I wanted from a head coach. And I went down this checklist in my mind, and every box was checked except for the NHL experience. And quite frankly, for me, that was the one that's the least important. It's no different than a rookie player, rookie coach. Does Dave have things to learn? Absolutely. He'll be the first to admit it. And he's got a lot of time here to kind of get to know the league, get to know our team, familiarize himself with the area. We're gonna look into forming a staff, and we've both got a lot of work to do. But he has a tireless work ethic, and I think the biggest thing is his knowledge of the game is extremely high level. So I feel very comfortable with where we're at. I won't say it was early in the process because, like I said, I had to get to know him, I guess, intimately. And as we went through the process, it just kept coming to me that this is our guy.
Ron, your first head coach as an NHL player was a guy who took over a young team and was coming right out of college, Mike Keenan. Was that on your mind in making this hire at all? And does the hire suggest that the influx of young talent that you guys have been talking about is going to get here sooner rather than later?
No, it certainly doesn't mean the young players are going to get here sooner or later. It was one of the attractive things that Dave has coached an age group from really 18 to 24, 25. That was one of the things you think about. Yes, we know we have a lot of young players on our team, but we've also got a number coming, so that was a factor in it for sure. How has he developed young players? How has he integrated young players into his lineup? How you bring players together. I think one of the strongest points that he has is his ability to push people. He pushes players. He gets the most out of his players. And again, you're going through your long list of things, and it's one of the things you think about. So I think he's a very well-rounded coach. He was at North Dakota for, I believe, 11 years as a head coach. That's a lot of experience. So again, I'm very comfortable with where we are today.
You said pro experience doesn't make any difference, but
I didn't say that.
Well, it wasn't part of what you concerned.
No, it was one of the boxes. It's the only one I didn't check.
You didn't check it?
Yes.
Okay, so where's the track record to tell you that this is going to be okay with a college coach who's never had pro experience?
In the end, when you're making decisions like this, you take all the information, you process it, and it was a process, and you weed through it, and you make a decision with your gut. This is a gut decision, and I feel extremely comfortable with it. As we worked through the process, he became our #1 guy, and towards the end, he was a target.